What up, though? This your girl Dubb here. What's going on, team? How y'all doing? Shout outs to all my peoples that's out there watching this show. I appreciate y'all, the love, the support that you show me, and this cause. Today we gonna get a little message in. I'm not going to do spirit court right now because when God wants me to talk about some things, He is here. And He told me what to tell y'all. Some people, even though y'all don't leave me comments and y'all don't email me, I can hear what y'all saying anyway. A lot of people had an issue with the last video about these traditions. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today so we can clarify and get the real meaning of what is being said by the Most High. We always back up what we say by asking God first. So, welcome everybody. If you are a newcomer, hit the like, subscribe, and share button. It's a little bell on top. Go ahead and hit that so you can be a subscriber and see these videos firsthand. Shout out to my Rumble crew. Hey, y'all over there. Thank you for watching and being supportive. Getting the message out there to everyone. I appreciate y'all. Go ahead and subscribe over there as well, especially if you cannot find the videos or the contents that's posted on YouTube. We are on Rumble. Go ahead and download that app to your phone and subscribe and join our team over there. So welcome everybody. Now what was said yesterday during the video, we're going to go ahead and jump right in, was that God has been talking about communication. This is on communication with action. The whole time we've been started this spirit court, God's been talking about this red in reverse, which signifies blood. Right here. It also means a host of other things, but God is talking about y'all's bloodlines. These families' bloodlines. Black families. And these families. Excuse me. These families. He's also talking to these families. Which would be these families. Right here. That's how it should go. Because these families are non-black. God wants me to talk to y'all about these traditions and these bloodlines. Okay? As the way he was explaining it to me in download last night, is that we have houses. Back in the day, they called them tribes. We got daddies, and we got the mama, which make a family. So right now, God is talking to black men and women. Okay? This is for your families. Now, I'm a grown woman, and I can admit when I'm wrong. It's like I said, all of this is a learning process for me because we've been hell bent on believing one way, and it might not even be that way. It's just what we hear from what other people say. That's why I said you always supposed to ask God. So, and follow that intuition. Now, when you are spiritually awakened, we all have the misconception that we are all the same. We also have the misconception that religion, there's no such thing as religion, because I have said that. There's no such thing as religion. It was your religion and your spirituality holds the same weight. It's your tradition. You are born into a tradition. Whatever tradition you are born to is your bloodline. Okay? Not blood type, but bloodline. Your lineage. Okay? The reason why God said this is important is because black men and women right here are having babies with this bloodline. Where is that card? So we all know this bloodline here are non-blacks. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. None of that shit. This is genetics. Your DNA is mixed with reptilian or serpent blood. These bloodlines already have a messenger RNA gene called the RNH1 gene. That is what is in the DNA of non-blacks. What scientists did was took the gene from this bloodline and added a bunch of toxins to it and amplified it times, God said, 1,000, which is 2,000. This is how your DNA works. You produce a messenger RNA, which is a protein. Once the message has been given for that specific function, the protein is then terminated or it dissolves itself. It doesn't reproduce. One messenger gene per function. Whatever they did to this blood and gave to y'all, that protein never stops producing. That's why God said that protein grows. Can't cut it off. back to this. You have spiritual families, spiritual houses, soul tribes. If you ever heard of that, things of that nature. You have non-traditional blacks, non-traditional black families. What are those? Those are black families that do not practice the way of the Most High, such as Hinduism. But God recognized those families as his bloodline. The reason why God is telling you this, because he set the reptilian and serpent bloodlines free, so they will not be rebirthing back to earth. They will be rebirthing back to their original realm, which is the 8th dimension. You have to have a certain amount of melanin in your skin in order to get a contract with God and to get back to earth and rebirth. Right here. Why people know this? Because they've been trying to end this for the longest time. Why slave owners didn't have sex with the slave women to reproduce? They could do that with their own. They did that in order to F up their bloodline. And they know this. That was the whole purpose of them having sex with the slave women, was to put their DNA into these black women so that they would end their rebirths to earth, because they have no spiritual house. When a God telling me say this, okay, I know, that's me. When black women and men have babies, with non-traditional, non-blacks, their babies cannot rebirth. You have basically left your children with no spiritual house. They cannot be rebirthed back to earth, and they cannot be rebirthed on Saturn. Why? Because these traditions are not their traditions. So, if a black man has a baby by a non-black, and then that child is now 50% black, and that child has a baby with a non-black, and now that child is 25% black. And do you see how you just knocked out your entire black lineage? Which means now all of these, your whole bloodline has no house. That's how these lineages get lost. You wonder why people just disappear. They whole family, they whole bloodline, they whole race. Because people be consorting with people that is of not their tradition. Are we going to reference this in our Bible so that you can understand what God is saying? So we going to go to 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14 through 18. It says, "Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion have light with darkness?" I'm going to read that last part again. "And what communion have light with darkness?" And we should already know what light and darkness means. This is the same parable that God was explaining that happened to King Solomon. He had all of them wives and all of them concubines. He messed up doing that. He fell from the grace of God marrying a woman that was not his tradition. And he started doing religious practices and making sacrifices to his wife's traditions, making child sacrifices to Moloch. And that's how he ended up falling from the grace of God, marrying a woman that was not his tradition. He fell from the grace of God and completely knocked out his bloodline. Do you understand now? Oh, love, you love who you want to love. You love who you fall in love with. That's fine. If you don't want to be here no more, God is showing you the process. He's telling you the process right now. So, there's division for a reason. Like I said before, everything was the same. Everybody spoke the same language. That's in Genesis. Not anymore. And these are important. Okay? This is how you are rebirthed. So, for all you mothers and fathers out there who have children, with non-black, you have just ended your children's rebirths. They have no spiritual family to rebirth to. None. Because this blood should not be in the children of blacks. See that? Okay. So that is why it was pushed on you to do this. Now you get it. So, just a little message to the these families out here, to these black men and black women, that you are leaving your family with no spiritual house. By having babies. Where'd that note go? Oh, with 9 blacks. Because it's not your tradition. It's just not. And it doesn't matter if the person is a Gentile or not. They are going to the 8th dimension. What is a Gentile? That is somebody that is a convert. Okay? And God also said, hold on, I think I lost. This is important, because y'all got to understand what you're doing. You got to understand what's happening to you, what's happening to these families. Okay? Y'all already know you got to have a contract with the Most High in order to rebirth back to earth. God said, no, these families right here do not need a contract with God when they leave earth. However, when their time has ended on Saturn, in order to rebirth back to Saturn, you will need a contract with God. Your execution from earth is a free ride because he set you free from here. That's what he's saying. And so please, it's said right here. We're going to read it one more time. 2 Corinthians 6:14-18. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion have light with darkness? And what communion have light with darkness? Your skin tone. So like I said before, being equally yoked has nothing to do with slavery. It is about your traditions and your bloodline. What's in your blood? That RNH1 messenger gene should not be in the blood of these families. And that's why God been tripping. For real. Y'all leaving these kids without no spiritual house. And you leaving your family without no lineage. Some people are here to learn their lessons, pay their debt. Others is here to clean up their bloodline. To clean up their family's bloodline. So rebirths are according to your color. I knew they was, though. I knew they were. Is there anything else you want me to say? Anything else you want me to say? Mm-hmm. Please don't be mad at the messenger. This is the truth. I'm only trying to help you. You got non-traditional black families. You have traditional families, black and white. You have non-traditional black families, non-traditional non-black families. Let's clean up y'all's bloodline so y'all can rebirth back in